What's the largest thing on Earth? You might be thinking, blue whale, a giant tree, maybe a dinosaur from the past. No, it's just the start. Get ready to have your mind blown, because it's none of those. We're going bigger, way bigger. We're talking organisms that cover cities, beings that don't just live, they take over. And no, they're not in some sci-fi novels. They're real. And they're hiding in plain sight. My name is Vitaly. Go make yourself that cup of tea and let's begin. Before revealing the biggest entities, I deem fitting to first glance at some fascinating giants in their own leagues. I reckon it'd be a worthy piece of knowledge in itself. The largest flower, the corpse flower. Let's kick things off with something beautiful, disturbing, well, a little bit of both. Meet the corpse flower, or Rafflesia arnoldini. And excuse me if my Latin isn't right. I never learned it. This massive bloom can grow up to 1 meter, about 3 feet, across and weigh around 7 kilos, approximately 15 pounds. But its most unforgettable trait, the smell. It reeks of rotting meat. Delish, innit? But why? To attract the flies that pollinate it. Shakespeare said, a rose by any other name would smell the same. Clearly, he never met that thing. Largest animal, blue whale, the biggest animal ever to exist. Yes, bigger than the biggest dinosaurs. These ocean giants can grow up to 30 meters long, around 100 feet, and weigh up to 200 tons. The one I know personally weighed 180,000 kilos. Imagine a heart the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, or a ton heavier than an entire elephant. Their sheer scale is mind-blowing, and they're not just big. They're loud. Their calls can be heard over 1,000 miles away. 1,500 kilometers. That's roughly as far as London is from Budapest, or New York is from Miami. So if a teenage whale is out late, everyone will know when his mom starts calling for him. Sadly, they were hunted nearly to extinction, but conservation efforts are slowly helping their numbers to recover. Next up is something that looks like a forest, but is actually a single organism. Heaviest organism, Pando, the trembling giant. Pando, a colony of quaking aspen trees in Utah, is all connected by a massive root system, meaning it's genetically one being. It weighs about 6,000 tons and is estimated to be 80,000 years old. That's right, this ancient forest is basically nature's own breathing, living dinosaur. What about the largest land animal? Well, we have two in their own categories. One is the heaviest, is the African bush elephant. These majestic creatures can reach up to 4 meters tall, or 13 feet, and weigh over 10,000 kilos. Their trunks alone are strong enough to lift around 200 kilos. And their pregnancies? A whopping 22 months. The longest of all land animals. The other biggest land animal is, of course, the giraffe. It's the tallest, at up to nearly 6 meters tall, which is roughly 20 feet. They use their 50-centimeter tongues, and of course the height, to reach the very tops of the trees in search of food. Despite their lengthy build, giraffes can sprint up to 50-60 kilometers an hour, roughly 35 miles an hour. What about the largest invertebrate? It is, of course, the colossal squid. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's real and huge. Up to 9-10 meters long, they weigh around 1,000 pounds, around 450 kilos, with hooks and razor-sharp suckers. It rules the icy waters of Antarctica. But surprise, despite its fearsome appearance, it's actually a slow-moving drifter that we know very little about. Some beasts that are fierce indeed. Reptiles. The largest one is the saltwater crocodile. Males can reach up to 7 meters long, that is roughly 22 feet, and weigh well over 2,000 kilos. These apex predators will eat anything that comes too close, be it a water buffalo, wild boar, or even a shark. Worthy of horror movies, aren't they? Now, the heaviest bird. I didn't include the largest birds because birds have different wingspans, but the heaviest one is certain. It's the ostrich. It's quite a heavyweight. At shy of 3 meters tall, it weighs over 150 kilos. That's a lot for a bird, isn't it? And boy, it can run. These flightless birds can sprint up to 70 kilometers an hour, which is around 43 miles an hour, clearly making them the fastest runners in the world of birds. Not the fastest flyers. Now we have the largest tree by volume. It's General Sherman, standing tall in California's Sequoia National Park. It is the largest tree by volume. This giant sequoia is over 2,000 years old, 84 meters tall, or 275 feet, and packs a trunk volume of almost 1,500 cubic meters, over 52,000 cubic feet. But here's the kicker. It's not even the tallest. That title belongs to Hyperion, a redwood standing nearly 116 meters tall, 380 feet. All right, let's talk about the real big boss. Imagine something that's not an animal, not a tree, but a mushroom. Deep in Oregon's Malheur National Forest lives Armillaria solidipes, also known as the honey fungus. It spans a jaw-dropping 10 square kilometers, about 4 square miles. And that's bigger than many cities. Most of it, however, is hidden underground as white root-like mycelia that invade tree roots and slowly kill them. What you see on the surface are innocent-looking honey-colored mushrooms. In truth, this underground network is a single organism, genetically identical throughout, and it's old, like possibly 8,000 years kind of old. But wait, it gets even bigger. Off the coast of Western Australia lives Posidonia australis, a seagrass that spans over 70 square miles, which is roughly 180 square kilometers, which is the size of a small island. Scientists believe it's a superorganism that's cloned itself over the last 4,500 years, resulting in the largest living organism on Earth. All from one seed, growing and expanding across the ocean floor. So next time you're out in the woods, looking at a tree, or even just making a pizza topped with mushrooms, remember, you might be beholding the biggest living thing on the planet without even realizing it. Nature hides its champions in plain sight. If you've made it to this point in the video, I really appreciate you, my friend. If you want to show that you appreciate me, it's not hard. Just click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. My name's been Vitali, and if you don't want to leave just yet, and I hope you don't, click this video over here. It is my most recent upload. So I'm not saying goodbye, I'm saying see you over there.